So Taylor was the new girl at school, and I just remember the first day of senior year, one of my friends came up to me and was like, "Have you seen the new girl? Like, she is the prettiest girl I've ever seen." I was like, "No, I haven't seen her." And I remember walking down the hallway, and I saw you walk by, and I was like, that's her. That's got to be her. Like, I was like, I've never seen her before, and she is the prettiest girl I've ever seen. So that must be her. And I never really thought I was at a caliber to talk to her. I was always nervous, to talk to girls in the first place. So I was like, oh, well, it'd be nice to be able to talk to her one day, but that's never gonna happen. So.
Taylor, growing up, she was always the light in the room. If you know what I mean by that, if there was a group of people and then Taylor would walk in, then there was light in the room. I always knew that spiritually there was something special about her.
A tip, I still tell parents this: try and get your baby to jump as quick as you can. So I was working with Steve, jump, 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 and it sounds silly, but the day that I finally got him to jump, it was like, it was funny, and he didn't quit jumping. He was the fastest kid in elementary school, junior high, and high school. Before he got real big, he was a lightning bolt.
When he was young, like before he even went to school, he was so outgoing.
Mm-hmm.
He would make friends with, we're talking like as a toddler, like 2, when we lived over in Fishers,
Mm-hmm.
would be playing with all the older kids. All the kids are in grade school already.
I don't know if love at first sight exists, but I didn't even talk to him. I just felt this draw to him, and it was something I had never felt before. Like, I saw him and I was like, who is that? And obviously he's good looking, but there was something more to it. And I was brand new at this high school, so I had never heard about him, or I don't know anything about him. So it was just kind of crazy how it happened. It was kind of a God thing, because I just felt this weird feeling when I saw him, and I felt like I wanted to get to know him more, and that I wanted to be with him.
I got a text from her on my phone. I was like, who is this? She goes, hey, it's Taylor Chamberlain. What are you doing tonight? And I was like, well, I'm at my friend Brandon's. You should come over. And in my head, I was like, man, I'm so scared to even say this, because I was just so nervous to even say anything to you. So when I did ask her to come over, I was like, oh my gosh, she might say yes. like scared that she would, because I was just so nervous to meet her. And she did. She said yes and came over, and we just hung out and sat on the couch like the whole time, and we just talked.
So when she was in high school and we moved to Carmel, it was the best thing that ever happened to her, because she had the opportunity to meet Steve. And I remember the first time I met him, he came out onto the deck where we were sitting. I was sitting with one of my friends, and she says, is she dating him? I said, no. They say they're not dating. She should date him. He's really cute. And then the next day he was over, and then the next day he was over, and I think he's been over pretty much every day ever since then.
Steve was pretty active in high school with a lot of different things, so it's not like he really had a real long, steady girlfriend. And when he started dating Taylor, Dad, my friends say they think she's the hottest girl in high school.
I was kind of quiet, and he was trying to be all cool with his friends, and I don't know, just trying to impress me. But he was so respectful and so sweet, and just so genuinely funny, and just I could tell right there he was this special person.
When you left that night, I remember thinking I could hang out with her every day. every single day, and we did. We hung out every day the whole summer, and like I just knew there was something in me that told me that at the time I was only 18, but I knew there was something very special there between us.
Then they graduated high school, and we found out that we had to move to another state and leave Taylor behind. So Steve was her rock through that whole time. And, it was hard being a mom, not being able to be near her. Even though she was in college, and college kids leave all the time, usually their parents don't leave them. So having him there for her was really, really incredible. And his family was there for her, and that just meant a lot to me as a mom.
I didn't think I would get emotional about it, but it was hard when she moved away to college because I felt like a part of me was missing at that point. And I worried about her being alone, and the family moved away from her, so I was so worried about her being alone. But she had Steve, and Steve was such a amazing person for her. Like he is everything that she is not. They're the perfect balance of two people, and they come together and they just form such a wholesome and like a perfect pair, I guess. So sorry. So at that point I knew like she was in good hands. I've ended up visiting him every weekend at Purdue just because we tried to be separated and we couldn't be separated. We had to spend at least like a little bit of time together in person every week. Just it felt like I was whole when I was with him. Like he was a piece of me.
When you develop such a strong relationship with somebody that you know they're gonna be your wife in the future, you don't feel so bad missing out on the little things, like going out with your friends on the weekend to spend time, because I don't know, that was just, being with you is the most important thing to me. So throughout college, that's pretty much what we did. we got a lot of crap for it sometimes, but
we didn't care.
Nope.
I remember talking with her and telling her that, if you're supposed to be together and you work at it, you can't just, if we're supposed to be together, we're going to be together. If you're supposed to be together and you work at it and you put in the effort, it'll be that way. And so they had to fight through a lot, but I always saw them like this. They were inseparable. So already at that time, when they were like juniors in college, I already knew that they were going to get married. And then I even remember that Taylor would get frustrated and say to me, "Dad, are you going to talk to him?" Like, honey, I can't ask him to marry you. You've got to be patient, and when that happens, and I think it will, then the time will be right.
So Sunday came, and that was the day I was going to ask her. I was going to ask her after church, so she was all dressed up and ready. she didn't get really dressed up. So that was, I just had to take the hit there. She was going to get mad at me. She was going to get mad at me. I got a phone call from my dad whose bike broke down on the Monon. And I was like, okay, so what's going on, Dad? He said, I got a flat tire. I need somebody to pick me up. So I was like, Taylor, we got to go pick up my dad real quick at the Monon. So I drove her to the Japanese gardens right next to the Monon. And I was like, Dad, where are you at? And he said, I'm like 2 minutes away. So I said, Taylor, do you want to go sit on the bench?
I was like,
do you want to go sit on the bench? It's so pretty here. Have you ever seen it? She was like, what'd you say?
I was like, no. It's cold.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. I'm cold and I'm hungry. So I persuaded her to come to the bench with me.
He's like, but it's so beautiful. And I was like, okay, fine. We'll wait for your dad over here.
Yeah, so we went, and I'll let you tell it.
And then he sat there, and I was looking at him, and I saw in his eyes he was a little bit nervous for something, but I couldn't figure out why. Then he all of a sudden was like, Taylor, we didn't come here for my dad because he popped his tire. No. Today, we came here.
I did not talk like
Yeah, you did.
Maybe I did.
You were like, we came here because we've been together for, and then I blacked out.
Yeah, I kind of blacked out too, but
It was so like surreal to me, even though I know it was gonna happen at some point. It was still so special, and like I couldn't believe it was happening, and I was just like, my ears were ringing, and it was like just crazy.
she said
special.
what like 6 times. What? What?
It
was kind of
very-
surprising because when she said yes, I pointed over the bushes, and then that's where everybody was hiding.
They went through college, through Purdue together. They've grown so much together in their faith, and just as they're growing up, they're also growing closer. And when Steve proposed to Taylor, I was so happy because he's a good man. Steve is the kind of man that I always hoped that my daughter would end up with.
There's 4 or 5 big events in your life. And one of them is you dream of a strong, good man to love your daughter and protect her, and be faithful and be there for her. So that was one of the big 5.
Steve, sometimes I find myself wondering how I got so lucky to have such an amazing soul as my other half. You are unlike anyone I've ever met in my life.
Taylor, over the past 6.5 years, we've been side by side through good and bad, and I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world. We've become one, and today I'm grateful and honored to finally call you my wife. I'm the luckiest man in the world.
You have the purest, kindest heart. You make me a better person, and my love grows deeper and deeper for you every day. 6 years ago on that night, you took me to Coldstone, LOL. I felt a sense of calm and peace being with you. It was almost like God was telling me that I had found the one.
I vividly remember our first date together at my parents' house in the hot tub listening to reggae music because I thought you would think I was cool, and I was really trying hard to impress you. And then we went to Coldstone. I had just enough money to get you something. I was so nervous afterwards and thought that I blew it and was surprised you wanted to go hang out with me again.
I don't know who or where I would be today without you. You believe in me and my dreams. You help me keep my heart with God and realize the important things in life. You are the smartest, thoughtful, hardworking, honest, loving, selfless person I know.
leaving for college without you and feeling the most brokenhearted and devastated. And it was then that I was certain that you were the one that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. When we are together, I have a sense of security and ease that I do not have with anyone else. We do not even need to be speaking, but just knowing that you are there with me provides me with comfort. I have never felt that way with anyone else in my life.
Our hearts and souls were made for each other. You are the most important person to me, and I'm never letting you go. I hope we remember this day every day for the rest of our lives.
I know that I cannot go a day without you by my side as my wife because I love you more than anything else on this earth, and without you I'm a shadow of myself.
You're my person, and I love you so much. Love Day. It's beautiful.
Today is just the beginning of the rest of our lives, and I wouldn't be more honored to be your husband. I will try my best not to cry, but even writing this now, I'm getting teary-eyed. I love you so much, Taylor Nicole Dilk.
Just a spark, it's not just a flame. Your love is a light that all the world will see. All the world will see. You don't give your heart pieces. You don't hide yourself to tease us. You don't give your heart in pieces. You don't hide yourself to tease us. Your love's not fractured, it's not a troubled mind. It isn't anxious, it's not the restless kind. Your love's not passive, it's never disengaged, it's always present.
What I see in Taylor is she's just a natural born leader, and I know she's going to be a great mother. And she just makes me proud. So just knowing that Taylor is my wife, and the thought of her being my wife when I met her would be something I was extremely proud of. And I mean, definitely has not disappointed. She's, more than I could have asked for.
He's someone that I've never met anyone like him before. He is so loving to everyone. Like, he truly cares about people. And he doesn't just say that, like, he genuinely cares about people. And he's so smart. Like, he doesn't even know it. He honestly doesn't even know how good of a person he is.
It's so great that he's a part of our family now, and he's the best counterpart. Like, he is if I could picture someone, he's even better than that for her. He's the perfect soulmate for Taylor. And I just hope that they remember how lucky they are to have found such a beautiful connection. And just, I hope that they stay fun, like they stay playful, they keep joking with each other, they don't let that go, because I think that's one of the best things that they have is like their friendship. At the end of the day, they want to do life together, and I hope that they remember why they started, why they got together, and why they were so excited to meet each other, and I hope that sticks with them forever.
He has a big heart. I think that's why he loves Taylor so much, is because she has a kind, big heart, and what she does to try and help inspire people on a daily basis, it's amazing. But the future's bright for them. I told Steve, just knock it out of the park, because they're a great couple, and I'm excited to see what the future brings.
Well, for me, obviously, I think that because I think they're so good for one another, because they support each other so much. I mean, he supports her, she supports him, and that I want to see that continue to grow. I don't ever want to see that grow apart. And of course, I want to see grandchildren. As many as they'll give me.
I hope that they continue to respect one another. I hope that they continue to fear the Lord. I hope that they continue to, they work hard. They're hard-working people. I hope they continue to work hard towards their goals. And I don't really have any kind of a finish line for that. Just the fact that they work hard and they do things the right way. They have integrity. I just hope they continue to grow the way they started.
I know that they're going to raise our grandchildren someday in a godly home, and that means a lot, because it's really rare these days to find two people who just bless each other so much and build one another up. And I just hope that for them, that they greet the world as one, with open arms and open hands, ready to receive the blessings that God has ready for them. And I know that they are going to do something really great together.
What are you most looking forward to together?
All 10 of our babies.
No. Just like obviously a family, and furthering like our faith together now is going to be huge, because we've been on a journey by ourselves for our whole lives. So it's going to be very exciting moving forward in that way, and moving forward in adventures and life and creating a family and everything.
I'm most excited about just creating our family together and doing it through Christ and just allowing Him to guide us. There's a sense of ease in that, just knowing that we are together on this and we're with Him, and that there's no discrepancy there. We just, we have plenty of room to grow in our faith, so I look forward to that as well, doing that together. So yeah, that and our family. We already have a little family with Zoe, but
Yeah, she's our daughter.
our dogger.
That's gonna be the last thing that's in the video. Our dog is fade to black.